Baki vs. Kengan Ashura, a crossover that both fans of Kengan Ashura and Baki have dreamed of, with comparisons of the characters being made quite frequently. So surely the movie that was made just for this battle would be good, right? Sadly, no. To be honest, in my opinion, it was pretty mid. But before I start today's video, let me know in the comment section below, what do you think of the Kengan Ashura vs. Baki movie? And if you would like to interact with me, my community, show off your art, drop some memes, talk in general, or maybe even self-promote, then you can join the Discord that can be found in the description box below. The Kengan Ashura vs. Baki movie was pretty underwhelming and not very good in general. In my opinion, this movie was insanely predictable, and I do not mean a couple ability usages, I mean every fight went pretty much how I figured. Besides the Jack Hanma fight, I didn't think they were gonna do him as dirty as they did, but I'll get more into that later. Saw Ping vs Karu Hanayama, a pretty okay fight, with Saw Ping getting some pretty good blows off on Hanayama, even breaking Hanayama's fingers with his own skull eventually. And after exchanging blows for a little bit, literally all the fight was is Saw Ping running trying to headbutt Hanayama's fist, while at the exact same time, Hanayama is just punching Saw Ping right in his face, leading to Hanayama beating Saw Ping until he collapsed. And as I have previously said in a recent video about Kengan Ashura vs. Baki before it even came out, two characters with their arguably main ability being durability, of course this fight would come down to who has better durability. But one part of the movie that I did actually enjoy was the dynamic between Biscuit Oliva and Julius Reinhold, with these two comparing muscles, giving each other tips about their physiques, and even at one point arm wrestling. It was pretty funny, I can't even lie. And next, we have Jack Hanma vs Kure Ryan, a fight between two people that would do absolutely anything to win a fight. And this fight was my personal favorite from the movie, with these two going head to head, and I even liked Ryan's removal transformation. But when Ryan had attacked Jack Hanma after activating removal, Jack then collapsed onto the ground and threw up. And this is a thing that has previously happened to Jack Hanma. Jack then lost a large portion of his muscle mass, making him much weaker. And this is also a result of Jack's steroid usage. And this would not even be too bad of a thing to happen. That is, if the exact same thing wouldn't have already been done. And yes, scene for scene, bar for bar, Jack had this happen to him in Baki the Grappler in his match against his brother Baki. And after Jack had this muscle loss of his happen, he began to trade blows with Ryan. And Jack had even gotten a bite off, which didn't do much in this scenario, which is actually pretty understandable, as Ryan is another level of crazy. And Ryan then proceeded to choke Jack out when Jack went for another bite, and that's when the match officially ended. But Jack did not want the fight to end like that, so he got right back up and started to fight Ryan once again. And then the most random thing in this movie happened. Pickle showed up because in his mind, Ryan was trying to steal his prey, which would be Jack Hanma. But before Pickle could begin fighting anybody, Oma had interfered to stop Pickle, and Baki stopped Ryan while also talking Jack into not fighting anymore and just accepting defeat. And now the main event. Baki Hanma vs Oma Tokita, with both of these fighters taking this fight very seriously. And the fight started out with Baki showing off his insane speed, but when he had followed up with a kick, Baki was the one that was hurt because of Oma using his Nico style adamantine form. Baki then began to play the role of a counter-attacker, defending Oma's attacks and countering Oma's adamantine form by focusing all of his weight and force into one punch that went directly into Oma's gut, knocking him back. And these two were just going punch for punch. That is, up until Baki had used the slap that Yujiro used against him during their fight. And this attack had made Oma feel an enormous amount of pain, as Baki was now using his hand as a whip. Oma then flipped Baki onto the ground, but after Baki had gotten back up, he just copied this move and used it back on Oma. And then what we have all been waiting for. Oma had activated his advance, and Baki at the same exact time activated his demon back, giving us the matchup that these two fanbases have been theorizing about for years. And once again, these two had started exchanging punches up until they both had dropped to the floor. And when they went to continue their fight, Yujiro Hanma suddenly popped up and wanted to fight Oma. And then, Kuroki Gensai had walked out, stopping Yujiro from fighting Oma, and for some odd reason, in this entire movie, he is the only Kengan Ashura character to not be animated in this new style. He was still animated in that same Kengan Ashura CGI format, which once again is pretty odd. And of course, Baki Hanma vs Oma Tokita had to be watered down to a tie in order for Netflix to please both of their fan bases, and I believe even a Kengan Ashura fan could admit that Baki's abilities were watered down severely, as this man is able to move at Mach speed and he knows hundreds of techniques. And many people in the comment section of my recent video were even able to predict Netflix making this a tie, because of Netflix having to please both fan bases, which is something I did not believe at first. I had figured it would be a close fight with a certain outcome. Whether or not it was Baki or Oma who won, I honestly could not care less. I just wanted to see a bunch of buff pixelated men hit each other, with one of them being announced as the winner. But the Netflix studio have effectively pushed out this rushed and seemingly unfinished version of this movie. And with the movie ending being Yujiro Hanma wanting to interfere in order to fight Oma himself, seems like a cop-out of an ending, to be honest. And in my opinion, this isn't like Yujiro to stop Baki's fight to fight an opponent that's on Baki's level. And also, I know for a fact, Yujiro Hanma does not have the temper to tolerate Kuroki Gensai saying no to him. And also, there were a bunch of key moments where the animation was supposed to be good, but it was absolutely terrible. Such as when Oma activated Advance, and I mean just look at that animation. I'm not expecting any Mappa level animation, but if you're gonna animate the movie instead of just sticking with the CGI, then at least make it good. But that will be all for today's video. If you enjoyed today's video and would like to support me, then you can leave a like and subscribe. It's completely free on your end and helps me out way more than you may think. And once again, let me know in the comment section below, what did you think of this movie? And if you would like to interact with me, my community, show off your art, drop some memes, talk in general, or maybe even self-promote, then you can join the Discord that can be found in the description box below. But that's going to be all for today. Thank you so much for watching this far in today's video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!